the Art of Badassery, bite-sized bits of wisdom. I'm Mahara Wayman, your guide on this journey to unlock your inner badass with short and snappy episodes packed with practical tips and a side of humor. Whether you're looking to find clarity, master your mindset, or embrace the power of saying no, you're in the right place. Let's dive into these bite-sized nuggets of wisdom that will empower you to create the life you've always wanted. Why? Because you deserve it. Now, let's unleash your badassery. Welcome back, my fellow badasses. My name is Mahara, here with another episode of Bite-Sized Bits of Wisdom. And today, we're getting real, like really real. We're talking about radical responsibility. Now, I know the word responsibility can sound like a total buzzkill, but trust me, this one is a game changer. Radical responsibility means owning your life, your choices, and your outcomes. It means no more waiting around for someone else to fix things for you. You are your own hero, because no one's coming to save you. And that's actually the best news you could ever hear, because it means you have the power to change everything, because it means you have the power to change everything. There was a time in my life when I was stuck in what I'd like to call victim mode. It's fairly recently, actually. I'd find myself thinking, why is this happening to me? Or why can't things just work out the way I want? Truthfully, I was waiting for anyone to come along and save me from the circumstances I found myself in. And spoiler alert, no one came. And then it hit me. No one was coming because it wasn't their job to save me. It was mine. That was the moment I realized if I wanted my life to change, I had to take full ownership of it. No more blaming others, no more excuses. That shift was one of the most empowering and badass moments of my life. Here's the truth. Blaming others, whether it's people, circumstances, or even the hand you feel life has dealt you, can bring a temporary sense of relief or justification. But ultimately, it holds you back. Because when we point fingers, we're essentially saying, I have no control here. I'm at the mercy of others or at the mercy of my situation. And while this mindset may be comforting in the short term, it actually keeps us in a stagnant place, unable to move forward. Blame becomes a self-imposed prison, robbing us of our potential to shape our own reality. Radical responsibility, on the other hand, is about reclaiming that power. It's an active choice to stop waiting for circumstances to change and to recognize the control you do have, control over your responses, over your mindset, and the actions that you take. Now, it doesn't mean you're responsible for everything that's ever happened to you or that you must shoulder blame for things outside your control. Rather, it's about focusing on the areas where you do have influence, your thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors, and using that influence to shape your path. When you take radical responsibility, you stop relying on external validation or solutions, and instead, you become your own source of empowerment. It's about waking up each day and consciously deciding, today, I am accountable for my happiness, my progress, and my life outcomes. In this mindset, even challenges become opportunities. So rather than feeling defeated by obstacles, you see them as moments to choose growth, to adapt, and to strengthen your resolve, because you are your own hero. Radical responsibility is the ultimate form of self-empowerment. It's a commitment to the idea that regardless of what happens around you, you have the power to create meaning, to make progress, and to build a life that aligns with your vision. In other words, to be badass. By taking ownership, you stop waiting for external rescue and you start crafting a life you're proud of. One conscious choice at a time. Look, I'm all for a good superhero movie, but waiting for someone to swoop in with a cape and solve your problems? Yeah, that's a surefire way to stay stuck. Remember, you are the hero of your own story. So go get yourself a cape if you want. But remember, you're the one with the power to change things. Now, if you're trying to take radical responsibility for your life but feel stuck, watch out for these red flags that might be holding you back. The first one, the blame game. You catch yourself pointing fingers at others, your partner, your boss, the universe, rather than owning your role in a situation. Number two, excuse making. You've got a list of reasons why things aren't working for you. I don't have time. I'm too old. I'll start when things settle down. Number 3, you're waiting for a rescue. Deep down, you're actually hoping that someone will come along and fix things for you, whether that's a mentor, a partner, or a stroke of luck. And the last red flag could be overwhelm paralysis. You feel so overwhelmed by the idea of taking responsibility that you don't take any action at all. You're stuck in analysis mode, afraid of making the wrong move. You're overthinking instead of taking action. And by the way, not just any action will do. Try to make sure it's aligned to what you want and where you want to go. Now, if any of these sound familiar, it's time to pause, take a breath, and ask yourself, where am I giving my power away? Yeah, powerful question. Radical responsibility is about reclaiming that power and moving forward. So here are 3 tips for you to walk away with. Mirror talk. Look in the mirror and say to yourself, I am responsible for my life. And smile while you say it. Feel free to strike a super pose while you do that, by the way. Capes are optional. Second tip, recognize the blame game is over. Next time you catch yourself blaming others, just yell, plot twist, and take responsibility for your part. It's kind of like a reality show, but with fewer cameras and way more awkwardness. Third tip, create a fix-it list. Yeah, write down what you can do to change a situation instead of complaining about the situation. Just like a to-do list, but for getting your life together, right? Okay, 3 takeaways from today. Own your choices. Taking responsibility means owning your life, your wins, your losses, and everything in between. It's empowering because it puts you back in control. Stop waiting for a rescue because no one's coming to save you. And that's a good thing because when you realize that, you start to take action to create the life you want. Number 3, focus on what you can control. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you absolutely can control how you respond. Notice I said respond, not react. Big difference. I think I talk about that in one of my further episodes. When you focus on what you can change, you reclaim your power. Okay, are you ready to stop waiting for someone else to fix things and start taking radical responsibility for your life? If your head's nodding, you kind of got a bit of a smile, I invite you to join me in Unleash, a 6-month journey back to peace, clarity, and fulfillment. We will dive deep into how you can take ownership of your life and start creating the future you want. So head on over to my website, www.mindfulnesswithmahara.com, to learn more and, of course, to sign up. Take care, everyone. I'll see you next week with another episode of Bite-Sized Bits of Wisdom. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed this Bite-Sized Bits of Wisdom podcast. Tune in again next week.